So Steve, we're talking about motivation. Now, especially when someone's in that wilderness zone that we've talked about in the other videos, and they really are unable to see where they're going, they're completely unclear about what their path may be. How do they stay motivated in that situation?
Well, we motivate ourselves in two ways. In NLP they say it's towards a vision, a goal, something you desire, or away from something that's uncomfortable, you don't like, it's painful. These are the two ways we motivate ourselves. Now people can come to what we call the wilderness zone, which is that zone of somehow life has suddenly changed and we don't know where we're going. You know, it's like a desert, and all the traditions talk about this, spiritual traditions, to entering the wilderness so you can get something new happens there, some transformation happens there. Some people have followed a vision and have been very driven and have succeeded and have enjoyed that vision for a while, and then suddenly it stops being so great, so enticing, and that might fall away, and they might enter this zone even after following a dream. Some people enter the zone through clinging on to a situation that may have some benefit for them too tightly. I had a coaching client today that was like this. She had a good job, lots of benefits, but was boring. This was her kind of language. And so she wasn't sure whether she wanted to stay or go. But by exploring this, she was an away from person. So she was motivated by pain. So she didn't have a clear vision of where she wanted to go, but the pain here was getting to a level where she knew she had to call me. So all I had to do in the session was just to poke the pain a little bit. It sounds quite cruel, but actually it's quite kind in the end. So you just amp it up. So I was saying, do you have something you'd like to go towards? We tested all kinds of things. Not really. Okay, fine. So can you imagine yourself being in this job for 10 years? That is not going to happen, let me tell you. And suddenly this whole energy came out. So we see, well, okay, this is what's going on for you. So I explained it to her, what was happening and how we could use this to move her forward. Now, the ideal thing is, if you're an away from person, and if pain motivates you, is to use pain well. So to use it in a way that doesn't keep you stuck, but propels you in a direction you want to go. Now, for example, let's take the resistance of fear. Fear is a common resistance. Some people who are towards vision. I see that vision there, it looks great, I'm going to go, but I'm a bit scared it won't work out. So what you do then is you have to embrace the fear and walk through it, feel the fear and do it anyway, kind of idea. If you're an away from person, the fear is of all the dreadful things that would happen if you let go. You know, you might end up homeless, you know, no money. So with this particular client, she was an away from person, so we explored fear from that position. So what's the worst thing that would happen to you if you let go? And she told me. And what's the worst thing that would happen? And we went down and down and down and down. And at the bottom of what the worst thing that would happen to her was unbearable pain. Unbearable pain. And then I said to her, but you know that it's pain that motivates you. And she went, of course. And so the thing she was most trying to avoid was actually the thing that would help her the most. Because she got to understand that pain, appropriately felt and helped, you know, to be with, would help her to move forward. And I think she's probably going to resign from her job by next week. Just because you just touch that pain to a sufficient level and show her the options and what she could do. So she can go, yeah, it's painful, I could do that, I'm going to do that. So that's using it in a way that helps somebody.